Hello, lovely people. I'm Sinead, and welcome. This week, I have been actually distracted by a change in my diet. So, less focus on a variety of things and more on specifically finishing Sarah the sheep. I have all of her clothing done, and I'm going to share that with you in a minute. But I also want to make her some little food items like an apple and a chunk of cheese, I think. And that is what we're going to work on today. I also wanted to share that I have some pottery. We got some really cute little plates, and you may have seen the short where I revealed that. They haven't been listed yet in the shop, but that is something I wanted to do. There are two different types of plate. One type has little feet on it and is a more cupped edge. And the other is the first one you saw there, where it's less cupped and no feet. And that goes for the little ones as well. There are little feet on some of the little ones, and there's 3 of them without feet. These guys don't have feet. And I will try and get those listed in the shop this week. Remind me if you don't see them show up and you think they should be there, don't hesitate to remind me that they need to be listed, because I keep walking away from them and forgetting they're there. And sometimes you just need someone to poke you and say, hey, go take care of that. Also on last Friday, I did a Pookie Gown tutorial. And if you're interested in that, go check it out. And on Monday, there was a fun little thing where I walked down to visit Joey and watched her for a little bit before it started raining on me, doing mushrooms for the mugs that she makes. Those you don't actually see in our shop. Those show up at farmers markets and whatnot in our area. So if you're in our area of Washington, the Port Townsend, I think they also go over to the Ballard Market. To go look for Laughing Gnome. That's where Laughing Gnome Pottery is, where you'll find any of the mugs with little mushrooms on them, and lots of other pottery. That is all of that. Oh, except for there have been some fun SC shorts where and a few little shorts on the pottery that if you haven't seen them yet, go check them out. Just have a little giggle. So I'm going to turn the camera around and we'll get started doing the paper clay sculpting of the little foodstuffs, or at least one of them. I'm hoping to get an apple done. Well, here she is. I've had to zoom back a little bit so we're fish-eyed, and you can also see all the garbage on our stuff on my desk. But she's got all her cloak and everything on. I gave her a little yellow pail with a matching napkin, which is where I want to put the apple and whatnot in. And if we take off the cloak, you can see her little outfit here. She's got a little apron over the dress, and her little hairdo under there. And underneath the dress, I did embroider my initials in there. That's the closest to a signature you're going to get from me. You see the yellow is a heavy theme here carried through. I just really am thrilled with the way she has turned out. The whole umbrella theme off the skirt to the, I don't know if those are chickens or ducks, because they look like they have shoes on when the feet look like they might be duck feet. They have shoes on, and then in another area it's chicken feet. So whatever they are, I left the feet off. And she has her little bloomers under here. And the stockings and the lace is not removable, but everything else is, and fully finished on the inside. The seams and everything are fully finished. She doesn't have any raw edges in there. So I'll put her away and come back. Well, my paper clay was very dry, so I've been sitting here trying to get some moisture back into it. Takes a minute. Didn't have a backup choice. So I hope you like the way Sara Sheep turned out. For the amount of time I've put into her, it has just been so satisfying having her come together, kind of better than anything I'd imagined. I had always planned to make her a rag doll, and so that part worked out exactly how I wanted it to happen. I had thought of different finishes to get her that curly hair that didn't end up being. So there's that, but okay, so we've got a mostly round surface here. Quite as round as I'd want, but let's see if that'll help. Somewhat. We'll indent for where the stem goes. I mentioned earlier that I started a different diet. It's actually a diet I have done before, macrobiotic diet. When you can't do pharmaceuticals, you got to get creative about how to get your body to heal. And we actually, as a family, did the whole macrobiotic diet years ago, and mostly walked away from it because not because it wasn't working as a diet. It was. Everybody was at a good healthy weight, and just everything about it, we were doing really well. But they wanted, all of them, kids, husband, everyone, wanted to have junk food. They just desired it above all else. And when I got exposed to the mold most recently, I tried to get back on the diet, but without help, because I just had zero energy. There was nothing. I had nothing to work with. And again, no one really wanted to participate in the diet. And so I was kind of left figured out on my own, which meant it didn't happen. And I finally decided it was time, that whether I got anybody else to participate or not, it was time. And I've done it again. Sorry. Keep bringing it closer and closer to me and further from where it needs to be. Do you ever notice that the more round varieties of apples have the 5-point or 5 lobe from the blossom is at the end where the blossom wilted? It's still there, but not necessarily on the top. The top will be more round, unless you're looking at a Red Delicious, which those, oh my goodness, they have the lobes all the way. So yeah, it's labor intensive. I was part of the reason for the family not doing it. This time though, they went out and they bought on a special grocery trip, got food and whatnot so that I would have the ingredients. But yeah, it's massively labor intensive. So I'm gonna set, come on, no. Now that I've gotten this softened up so that it would be cohesive, because it was just cracking really badly, the paper clay. Every time you touch it with anything, tool, whatever, it is it's easily marred. So I'm going to pull this from over here, which is hopefully wetter. Might not be, it's been a while. Is that a small enough amount? I need a tiny little circle. Which hopefully this will be. That looks a little large. Okay, a lot large. So I'm hoping that the viewing at the time when the video is released will increase so that we can actually chat through the chat feature where you type in your comments or whatever. And there we have the little green bit, which isn't green. What remains of the blossom? See it accidentally there. Anyway, I will put, I think that's got a deep enough hole in it already, but we're gonna go down a little bit more. I'll put a stem in there after it's painted and dry. Oh good, it leans off to one side. I love it. So that is the apple. Okay, so we're going to start the cheese. I guess we could start it by pressing it against the mat. The idea is to get a cheese wedge. I don't know, it's looking awfully big. I think maybe we need less cheese than that. So let's get the back. Let go on it. Or closer to. I'm gonna have to take off this watch. It is irritating. All of a sudden you're just like, that's gotta go. Okay. Get out the knife. Oh, that's fairly good. I don't know, some of those chunks at the end were pretty good, except for that I was concerned they would come off. Okay. Now, what kind of texture? I don't know, that doesn't feel right either. Best part was the sliced, like that, the way that it just looked after slicing. maybe that's what I should stick with. Now the question is, can I get that again? Well, yes and no. That's how any cheese I slice is going to have, is some kind of uneven little bit to it. So I think we're going to keep that. And we'll let these dry. And then I'll be painting them with the same paint she was painted with. The milk paint. And then shellacking them. And yeah, I had a whole, couldn't remember my words. So there we go. A piece of cheese and an apple. I hope you enjoyed our craft and chat today. I have added the live chat where you can type in a question or whatever you want to know to the videos. So I will be there watching the video when it goes live at 10 on Wednesdays. That's Pacific time. And you can be able to have that moment to put your 2 cents in real time. And I can answer it right there. And that'll be a feature of future craft and chat videos and going forward. So I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.